Good morning, Roll Gang, and welcome on inside to a Terpene Tuesday episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake. I am your host, Processor Sky, back at 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern, just like every weekday morning, to wake and bake with the Roll Gangsters, because after all, we are blessed to have awoke. So now we are blessed to have a smoke. Hey, Mr. Ben, you want to be on the show? Oh, good morning, Mr. Ben. Good morning, Roll Gang. He wanted to say hi to everybody. Hi. Hi. Morning, Mr. Ben. Good to see you. Good boy. So we have a Strain Review Tuesday episode, a Suma special on today's episode. I am super excited to break into this baller box of Suma cannabis. So fucking excited to do a strain review on one of the strains held within this unbelievable box. But before I get on in there, major shout out to Oaksterdam University, the first ever cannabis college, and the Rolling Spoon Cannabis Multi-Tool, named sponsors of every episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake. Oaksterdam University, 15 years running, and the industry leader in cannabis education. If you guys are looking to claim your stake in this budding industry, look no further than Oaksterdam University. Use promo code Rolling Spoon to get 10% off your tuition. Save a couple $100 in learning how to grow some top shelf cannabis in your very own home or start your very own cannabis business. But today's episode especially brought to you by Suma Cannabis, intense growers, and doing it the right way, Roll Gang. I am so fucking excited to smoke some of this. I was chilling with the cultivator Chris and honestly learned a lot of great stuff about the way they cultivate their cannabis. They use tents so that they can give each individual strain the proper humidity levels, light levels, nutrients. They can give individual care to all the individual cultivars that they grow. And I am super excited to dive deeply into one and give it a grade per the RSRS. Let's open up this Suma box and see what we got. So exciting. Yo, a can lock stash box. Banger. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 eighths of Suma. Maxed out. Let's fucking go. Some banger Suma stickers. Woo! And we got a nice little rolling kit. Some rolling papers from Raw and Elements. A dope grinder, Sharpstone grinder. This baby is awesome. I'm going to go ahead and, actually, there's a little bit in here from my sesh with Chris. Shout out the homie. This is going to be super exciting. I got a fresh grinder right here. We are going to break into one of these jars and give it a full grade per the RSRS. You know, Suma cultivating some great cannabis right now. Some of the best in the state for sure. And also at a good price. Come and get some over at Medicine Dispensary. That's where I work. You can come and buy some Suma from me from 4 to midnight tonight. Specifically, one of these great strains. Let's see what we got to smoke here. Maybe some mother's milk. This shit looks crazy. Maybe some wedding cake. Jealousy 58. Yo, the Jealousy is some gas. Lemon haze. Apple fritter. Yo, the apple fritter maybe. Gary Payton, and Snowball 89. Yo, I really think this apple fritter, I've been hearing unbelievable things about this apple fritter. You guys got to see these nugs. I think this is the contender from Suma. What do y'all say? Let's break on into the apple fritter by Suma and give it its score out of 100 per the RSRS. Break some down, smoke it, and give it its grade. Super fucking exciting. So how the RSRS works is it takes 5 grading categories into account. First is bag appeal. So we're going to crack this baby open and give it a score out of 5 based on the aroma, coloration, density, and nug structure. So based on these factors, we're going to give it a seemingly perfect, dumb gas, nice looking. Honestly, we definitely don't need to go lower than that. Wait till you guys see these nugs. But I'm going to go ahead and officially open up this baby. Super excited to smoke some of this apple fritter by Suma with you guys on the show. Holy shit. It smells like an absolute vape cart. Like one of those tart cherry vape carts. Maybe actually like apple fritters. Sour green apple. Look at this fucking nug, roll gang. This baby is weed porn. Beautiful, purpley, frosty, like literally checks every single box. What an absolute beaut. Class act from Suma. Nug structure, amazing. Density, amazing. Aroma, I can't even tell you. It's like fucking, it's pretty crazy. But we got a 5 out of 5 on the pre-smoke judgment, beyond the shadow of a doubt. I am super excited to smoke this up though. So we are going to roll it up. The next judgments that we are going to get into while we smoke up this apple fritter by Suma is the flavor. How does it taste? The smoke. You know, because that's honestly the most important part. It can smell amazing, but how does the smoke taste? How is the throat hit? What is the ash color looking like? Because ash color is super important to tell how cleanly the cannabis was grown, flushed at the end of the flowering cycle, and then grown, flushed, and then cured at the end of the process. So you can tell a lot by ash color. And then we're going to get on the definitive judgment segment. That's where we take into account burn time, the effects, the terpenes, the THC percentage, and we see if it all aligned with the actual smoke itself. So this is a fucking purple mess. Oh my goodness. Smells unbelievable once you break it down. Like, super strong. I bet this baby is gonna hit like a brick house. And I am super excited to hit it. Shout out to Suma Cannabis. I learned that their best part of their growing process to me is the fact that each individual strain gets its own proper care and love. A lot of the big grow facilities grow lots of different cultivars in the same rooms, and basically that doesn't allow any of the plants to get individual care and attention. Like, each cultivar needs it to be slightly different temperature, humidity level, all types of different color for the lighting, and Suma growing in individual tents. So they have a facility with a shit ton of grow tents, and the grow tents enable them to give individual love and attention to the specific needs of their cultivar. So smoking this apple fritter, I know it was grown in a tent that was specifically meant for the apple fritter. And really, it should lead to a much more, they get a lot more out of their genetics than normal grow would, because they're giving each genetic its desired preferences, if you will. Because, like, yeah, I mean, they land races come from different parts of the world, and they strive in different temperatures and environments. So you kind of try to have to mimic Mother Nature in that way and match the environment in which the plant was meant to be growing in, you know? And all plants have different preferences. You can kind of just trial and error it, but growing intense like Suma does is definitely a great way to give individual and proper care to all of the individual cultivars in the grow. Each of these jars grown in an individual tent. Absolutely love to see it. So here is my dime. Just like every time, on every Strain Review Tuesday, it is the utmost importance that I roll an absolute dime, because you cannot give a fair and proper judgment to a strain if you roll like shit. They have to be the same roll every time, or else it's not going to be a fair smoke. If you roll a shitty joint, it might smoke shittier and score shittier. You know what I mean? So I had to make sure that this is the same exact joint that I roll every Strain Review Tuesday with my handy-dandy rolling spoon cannabis multi-tool. Without further ado, roll gang, let's get on into this smoke. We got the Suma apple fritter on deck today, and I cannot wait to take a puff of this Zaza. Absolute Zaz. Holy shit. Oh, so tart. Yo, it's flaky. It's like a fucking apple fritter. Alright, so the inhale's got this, like, sweet tart type of vibe, but then the exhale sends you on this, like, face squinching twist of, like, sour and sweet, but also a little bit cakey and almost buttery, creamy. Delicious, decadent smoke. I mean, this is the type of flavor you're looking for in a joint. A 5 out of 5 by far, and like not even really questionable on the flavor. It is the creme de la creme in terms of flavor. Next up, we have to rate the ash color. And you know, it's not pearly white. It's not incredibly dark either. I hope you guys can see. Let me, I'm gonna hit the ash. Definitely could be a little bit whiter, you know. I'm gonna go light gray, you know. It's a very common score in this. It's not one of those dark ones where it just looks like chemically burning. It's super light ash, but it's definitely not like cloud color, and certainly not whipped cream color. So we're gonna go with a 3 out of 5. That is light gray. Honestly, it tastes so clean, so you know it's clean, but you'd like to see the ash get a little bit lighter in this smoke. You can see it on top. Sometimes you get a little bit of cake up there. The throat hit, you know, it's not making me cough. I do enjoy to cough every once in a while. I definitely feel it ramping up as I go into the smoke, but like, I feel like coughing does get me higher. But this is a really smooth, satisfying pinch in the back of my throat that really lets me know that the cannabis is strong and potent. You know, it's that satisfying one. It doesn't hurt at all, but you know that you're getting super medicated. I think this is the throat hit that most people desire. You know, it doesn't make you cough, but it smacks in the back of your throat. Most strains be making me cough. I mean, this is pretty impressive how smooth the rips are on this apple fritter by Suma. I'm going to go ahead and give it a 4 out of 5 on the throat hit. It's not that smooth, satisfying smack. I would really like to cough. It's all personal preference. If you'd rather have something smooth or a little bit more hardcore. But, yo, super smooth, clean smoke. Unbelievable throat hit. That satisfying pinch, you know what I mean? So we got a 4 out of 5 on the throat hit, a 3 out of 5 on the ash color, a 5 out of 5 on the flavor and the bag appeal. It is time to get into the definitive judgment segment where we talk about the burn time, the THC percentage and how it matched up with the smoke, the number of terpenes testing over 3 milligrams per gram, and if we were able to detect them, taste them in the smoke, and maybe some other present cannabinoids. So I think this strain's probably in the 20 to 24% range. Probably a lot of limonene, caryophyllene. You definitely can detect the spice and the tartness of the limonene, but definitely a smooth, satisfying experience overall. The Suma apple fritter, an absolutely elite smoke in this market. That is some unbelievable bag appeal for sure, and like the sexiest nugs I've seen. The burn time definitely sufficient. I got a good bit of smoke left for after the show. And terpenes, you know, we're gonna go ahead and take a look at the there's my cough. So fucking fire. Yo, 19% THC, 7 milligrams per gram caryophyllene, 3 milligrams per gram limonene. Honestly, spot on. 0.31% CBG. Love to have a little bit of CBG in the smoke. Even you can detect even the slightest amount. You know, I'm gonna, based on the sufficient burn time, 19% THC, definitely a moderate smoke. 2 terpenes over 3 milligrams per gram in limonene and caryophyllene, and other present cannabinoids such as CBG in the smoke. I'm going to go ahead and give it a 17 out of 20. I love the other cannabinoids, the CBG, and you could definitely detect the terpenes in the smoke as well. I'm going to go ahead and give it a 17. A little bit moderate on the THC percentage. A great experience overall. The Suma apple fritter. And we are going to tally up the score. Give it a rating out of 100 based on the RSRS. But first, shout out to the sponsors, Oaksterdam University, the Rolling Spoon, and Suma Cannabis for making it happen this morning and helping out the Roll Gangsters along the way. If you are looking to claim your stake in the budding cannabis industry, look no further than Oaksterdam University and use promo code Rolling Spoon for 10% off your industry tuition. And it is time to tally up the score out of 100 as the neighbors' lawn people are handling their lawn. We got 5 out of 5s are worth 20 points, 4 out of 5s are worth 15, and 3 out of 5s are worth 10. So 5 and 5 on the bag appeal and flavor is 40 points off the bat. A 3 on the ash color brings it up to 50. A 4 on the throat hit, 65. And then add in the 17, and we have a final score of 82 out of 100. An absolute elite strain, well into the elite category of the RSRS. Anything between 90 and 80 is considered elite. That's where the top shelf strains in the state test per the RSRS. And the apple fritter, definitely amongst them. Some of the sexiest bud I have ever seen, purpley and stinky, but sweet and just beautiful. Absolutely love the smoke. Shout out the homie Chris and the squad over at Suma Cannabis for another banger. This was a super satisfying smoke. If you guys want to come and get some of this weed that was grown intensely, then come through Medicine tonight, 4 to midnight, and check out the flavors we got on deck. We got some really fucking good ones, and they were grown with the proper individuality they needed to survive and strive and make a potent and satisfying smoke. But shout out to everybody tuning in to the weekday Wake and Bake, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern. You guys are all the shit. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Instagram too. Yo, this baby got me fucking stoned. I'm gonna go and smoke the rest of it and get on with my Terpy Tuesday. But love you guys. I will see you tomorrow for a midweek mailbag episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake. Super excited. Go ahead and hop on over to Twitter and pop your mailbag question in to be answered on the show. Would be super hype for your questions, and I would love to answer them. Mwah! Love you, Roll Gangsters.